the whole time she's talking, you know what I was thinking about? Disney movies. And I'm telling you why I'm thinking about Disney movies. We just got Disney Plus. I got an 18-month-old and two more on the way. So
it's a whole new world.
That's right. So for the next few years, like Disney is probably going to be a big part of family life. But
Under the sea.
But here's the thing. In ministry and in our traditional way that we teach the Bible, we hardly ever go over like the big story of the Bible, that meta narrative, the ongoing storylines. But what we do is in Disney movies and TV shows, we teach the whole story of those things to our kids. And here's what happens. In every single Disney movie, I don't know if you ever thought about this, but in every single Disney movie, what is the moral of that movie? What's the story? Well, it's the lesson that our kids are learning is follow your heart. And here's the crazy thing about that. If you read the Bible, what you find out is, according to God's word, we should not follow our hearts. It says our heart is deceitful and none can know it. What the moral of our lives, the moral of the story that we should be following is follow God's laws because they are for our good. Those boundaries are set in place. And every time throughout God's story in the Bible, people stopped obeying the Lord and instead just did whatever they thought was right. They followed their heart. We see our society, we see our individuals just suffering through the consequences of their sin. The whole book of Judges, literally the entire book of Judges, is this cycle where a judge would rise up, the people would follow God, they would be delivered from whatever oppression is hitting them, and then they'd get complacent and they would forget about the Lord. And there's a specific line that God keeps repeating as he's telling the story, and it's that every man did what was right in his own eyes. Every person decided they were just going to follow their heart and ignore God's word. And we see it lead to destruction over and over and over. But that is the story that we're teaching our kids.